All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MOACAC Show Me My Future event with Miami University. Just a few things before we get started. How you ask questions. So if you have any questions, you're going to want to write them in the Q&A. Your camera and your microphones will be off. But if you enjoy this session, remember that you can sign up for more on the MOACAC.org website, and the recording will be available after tonight. All right, it's all yours.
For that great introduction. So my name is Mitch Arnett, and I am the admission representative for students from Missouri. So I am your go-to person if you have any questions about Miami, or if you need any guidance with your application for admission. I'm gonna try to share my screen here. Hang tight. Okay, so for those of you who haven't been to campus, I was able to load up some pictures here today. That way you can take a look to see what our campus looks like from above. You can see it's a very beautiful campus. We don't have any buildings on campus higher than 4 stories. We really admire our Georgian red brick architecture. The campus is walkable. There's no need to have a car on campus. We have a lot of green spaces and trees. So it's just your quintessential college campus here. From St. Louis, we're about a 5.5 to 6 hour drive east of St. Louis. You would just hop on I-70, go through Illinois, most of Indiana, and then once you hit Richmond, Indiana, it sort of swings backwards from there. Miami is located in a small town called Oxford. At Miami, we have about 9,000 citizens living in the town of Oxford. So it's going to be a lot different than looking at universities in urban areas. I also want to note that Miami is one of the original 8 public Ivy universities. There was a man in the 1980s, and he wrote a book. He was interested in looking at colleges that had the look and feel of an Ivy League education, but you get it at the public sticker price. So Miami is one of those 8 original public Ivies. We were established in 1809, and we are named after the Miami tribe. So a lot of people wonder how we get the name Miami and why we are in Ohio versus Southern Florida. It just so happens that a man from nearby campus moved to Southern Florida to sell real estate, and he liked the name Miami, so brought down the name Miami to Southern Florida. This is a picture of the town of Oxford. So this is located just right off campus in walking distance. If you head this way on one of the main streets on campus, you're gonna head into the heart of campus. You'll see that we have a lot of local coffee shops, restaurants, and stores, giving Oxford a really neat college town flair. But we also do have Chipotle, Starbucks, we have a Walmart, a Kroger, so a lot of the chain restaurants and stores, but a lot of students are really interested in going to some of these local establishments. This is a picture of our campus in Europe, specifically in Luxembourg. Luxembourg came to us as its own additional campus in the 1960s. And then in 1997, this came to us as its own additional campus in Europe. One of the great features with Luxembourg is that it's open to all majors, and roughly 130 students will decide to go to Luxembourg every semester. And another great feature of the program is that it costs the same, and all the students' scholarships apply for the Luxembourg program. So it's very popular with our students. Next, I have this virtual flipbook that I'm going to sort of be walking through this evening. That way you can sort of get a little bit more information about Miami. We do consider ourselves a medium-sized university. We have just over 17,000 undergraduate students and just over 2,200 graduate students. We are better known for teaching at the undergraduate level here at Miami. We don't have a med school, we don't have a law school, not a lot of grad programs at the university. This is going to be more of an undergraduate focused institution. So if you're looking to do research, get to know your professor, get active in student life, this is a great place to call home away from home for 4 years. 98% of our students live within a mile of campus. We are definitely not a commuter university, so we're more of a residential school. We just want you all to know that if you're coming from 6 hours away, you would definitely not be the only student from out of state. You would not be the only student there over the weekends with nothing to do. So being bored is not in our vocabulary. Our students are really active and very engaged. In our student body, we represent all 50 states, DC, and 85 foreign countries. So our students are coming from all across the globe to study at Miami, and faculty alike. Miami is also a liberal arts university. So you'll see here the formula for success at Miami. I specifically want to highlight this Global Miami Plan. We do require our students to take a lot of classes outside their majors. So no matter what students' majors are, they're going to be taking a lot of well-rounded coursework. So everyone at the university has to do an English course, everyone has to do a math course, everyone has to do humanities, art, cultures, social sciences, and so forth. So there's a lot of overlap with our curriculum. This makes it very common for students to want to double major or have a major and a minor. So about 57% of Miami students will have a major and a minor. You'll see here that we have 5 academic divisions at Miami, as well as the Department of Nursing. First and foremost is the College of Arts and Science. So this is the largest division that we have, with over 60 majors, over a dozen minors as well. This is the division for students who are interested in the natural sciences, social sciences, humanities, perhaps the foreign languages. All those majors are going to be housed here in CAS. Next is the College of Creative Arts, or CCA as we call it. This is the division for anyone who is interested in architecture, interior design, graphic design, art. We also have theater, so several majors within that division. Creative Arts is the smallest division that we have at Miami. Creative Arts also requires a portfolio oral audition. This is what we would consider a talent-based review process. So students interested in any of these majors do have to submit a portfolio oral audition, with the exception of art and history, or art and architectural history. Next is engineering and computing. We have a great engineering school at Miami. I think sometimes people are surprised to hear we have engineering because we are a liberal arts university. I'm going to talk about our research opportunities in a little bit. Research is pinnacle with our engineering program, as well as internships and co-ops, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. Students who are admitted to Miami are automatically admitted to this division. There's no additional admission process like some colleges might have. Next is Education, Health, and Society. So this is the division for students who are interested in becoming teachers, physical therapists, athletic trainers, social workers. All these majors are going to be housed there. Next is the Farmer School of Business. Farmer School of Business requires direct admission. So it's really important on your application that you indicate one of the 8 business majors as your primary major. By doing that, we know that you want to be considered not only for general admission to Miami, but for direct admission into the Farmer School of Business. So there's no additional application, but just know that there are 2 admission decisions going on behind the scenes. Last but not least is the Department of Nursing. Nursing is also direct admission. Just note that we only take in nursing students from year 1. So coming from high school into Miami is the only route to getting into the nursing school. So really important that students indicate that as their primary major. You'll see that we have a lot of options. So we have over 110 majors. We also have over 100 minors. So just take a look here to see if anything sparks your interest. Just know that our website has a lot of information about all these majors. So if you want to go to our homepage, click Academics, Majors and Minors. You can click each major and learn about the curriculum. Okay. I also want to draw your attention here to this asterisk with a co-major. A co-major is not a primary major, but it's an additional area of focus. So it's not a degree program, but if you would like to attach any field of study with a co-major, you can add a co-major with any primary major at the university. We also have pre-professional programs. So for you students interested in going on to law school, med school, dentistry school, just know that we do have the advising and the preparation for students here. And last but not least, we have an undeclared option. So for students who don't know exactly what they want to do, they could always come in undeclared, take some classes they think they might like, and then develop a major a little bit over time. We do recommend students declare a major before they start their junior year. That way they can still graduate on time. The only exception to this would be, of course, nursing, like I mentioned before. The average classroom size at Miami is about 30 students. I think this is really impressive given the size of the university. Miami does a really good job at trying to keep its classes quite manageable. We also do require all of our professors to hold office hours. So no matter what class you are in, the professor in that class is required to publish in the syllabus when he or she is going to be available outside classroom hours. So that way students can go get to know the professors a little bit better and ask those questions, especially if they find themselves struggling in any way academically. The student to teacher ratio at Miami is 17:1, and faculty are very engaged in undergraduate research. In fact, we do allow our students to get plugged into research as early as day 1. This is a part of our first year research experience, or FYRE. So students interested in doing research can go down to the Office of Undergraduate Research, meet with an advisor and say, this is my major, I would like to get plugged into research, and we can get you plugged in as early as your first semester. Just note that FYRE is a 2-semester commitment, but we do allow our students to get involved in research as upper class students as well. So if you want to give it a little bit more time, by all means, you can do that. Studying abroad is very popular with our students. You'll see that we have a lot of options for studying abroad. If you're interested to see where our students are going, you can go to the Study Abroad Program website, click Find a Program, and Program Search. You can narrow it down by the country, narrow it down by the term. By the way, the most popular term to go abroad would be first semester junior year, but we have students going abroad all over the academic year. So if students want to go for a shorter duration, they can go over a 3-month summer period. Even shorter yet would be a 2-week winter term, and even shorter yet would be a 1-week spring break trip. You can also narrow it down by your major. So if you would like to go with just students interested in your major, you can narrow it down that way, or you can leave it open to all majors and just select it by the location. Like I said, our Luxembourg program is the most popular, but we do have programs in about 90 countries. So it's really all across the globe. Okay. All right, next I'm going to segue and talk about the honors college or the honors programs here at Miami. We have 3 experiences here for students to consider. The first one here is the Honors College. So the Honors College is a great way to make Miami feel a little bit smaller in size. So if you're coming from a high school that is smaller in size and you would like to continue having those experiences at Miami, I would recommend applying to the Honors College. These courses are taught seminar style versus the large lecture halls. There is a minimum requirement for students to fulfill a certain amount of honors courses. And they can also meet honors experiences by taking honors classes, studying abroad, doing research, getting involved in an internship or a co-op, and then also getting involved in some sort of community service can count as an experience. But they have to do at least 8 experiences prior to graduating. Another benefit to the Honors College is that the students get to schedule their classes before all the other students on campus, and the faculty are going to be living in the residence halls, and the honor students get to live with other honor students in the program. Okay. The next one here is Prodesse Scholars. This is brand new at Miami for fall 2021. It's a little bit different than the Honors College. There is no additional curricular requirement for the Prodesse Scholars program. So it's a little bit different in that sense. Think of it as sort of a faculty mentorship with a theme. So there are several different themes that students can choose from, and all that information is posted on the website. There is an additional $2,000 scholarship that students can attach with other scholarships at Miami. So this is a great way to make your education even more affordable. Lastly, there is some more career counseling available to students who are active in Prodesse Scholars. The third honors experience that we have is the Presidential Fellows Program. This is our premier scholarship program that we have. So it covers the tuition, fees, room and board up to 4 years. And there's also a one-time $5,000 stipend that students can use for anything academic related. So if they would like to go do an internship somewhere, they can use this money for travel costs, maybe rent. They can use it for plane costs if they would like to go abroad, or they can use it for funding their undergraduate research projects. On the common application, we're going to ask students which one of these programs students would like to apply for. And then just one additional essay is going to populate on the application. And that's where we will be asking students which ones they want to apply for. As soon as they check one of the boxes, it's just one additional essay. Students at Miami are very active outside the classroom as well. We do require our students to live on campus the first 2 years. And then after that, it's up to them if they would like to live on campus or opt to living off campus. Even our off-campus housing, most of our students are living even just within walking distance of the campus. So at Miami, we have over 35 themed living learning communities. This is a way to group students with shared academic interests, social interests, or maybe neither of the two. So students are able to group themselves living with other students. That way they can sort of bond with each other a little bit better within their themed environment. We have 47 residence halls on campus and 25 dining options as well. No residence hall at Miami is over 4 stories. This is a picture of one of the residence halls behind me. So you can see just how beautiful they are, again, with that beautiful Georgian red brick architecture. Every residence hall room is equipped with a mini refrigerator, and then every residence hall has a larger refrigerator, stove, oven, microwave. They also have study rooms, commons areas where students can go play pool or ping pong with one another, and then a lot of them also have pianos. Also, all the mail is delivered to students' residence halls. For larger packages, we do have a package center that's located just across the street from the student center. Okay. Our residence halls are designed community style. So our students would typically live with just one other person in the residence hall room. And then at the end of the hallway is where the restrooms are located. All right, we have over 600 organizations for students to choose from. This is one of the reasons I decided to go to Miami, and it also draws a lot of our students because of this. There's a little bit of something for everybody here at Miami. We have over 600 organizations to choose from, and you can see just a snippet of some of the different categories here. If you would like to see the full list of organizations, you can go to this website right here. Okay. What's really neat is the first week of classes starting every semester, we have a great program called Mega Fair. And Mega Fair is where all the student organizations will go on the main lawn and set up their tables. So students can walk around to pick up brochures. They can also get to know some of the student leaders within each organization. So it's a great way to get plugged in and meet lifelong friendships. Okay. We have about a third of our students active in fraternities and sororities. What's really nice is that we do the Greek recruitment in the spring semester. That way students can have their first fall semester to get adjusted to their classes. And then after winter break is when they would go through the Greek recruitment process. So we really do encourage our students to get active in some of these organizations first, and kind of get adjusted to their studies, and then they can sort of think about it a little bit over time. We have 18 Division I teams at Miami. Yes, we do have hockey. I know in St. Louis, hockey is very big as well. We have 50 club teams, and then about a third of our students are active in intramural sports. So we have students involved in the athletics as well. Any home sporting event is free of charge. Students would just show their IDs and attend those sporting events. Okay. All right, here's a little bit of information on Miami's traditions. You can kind of take a look here. So one of the traditions is rubbing the turtle's head. Supposedly you would get good luck on your next exam. If you kiss the love of your life at midnight under the open march, supposedly you will fall in love. And also if you step on the seal in the middle of campus, legend has it that you will fail your next exam. But then you can go back and rub the turtle's head for some good luck to reverse that. What's really cool here with the Up and March, Miami actually broke a Guinness World Record a few years ago. Another tradition that we have is whenever two Miami students get married to one another, we call that a Miami merger. And the Alumni Association, they send out Valentine's Day cards to all the alumni throughout the globe. And one year we actually invited as many alumni to campus as possible to renew their vows at one time. So we broke a Guinness World Record for the amount of vows being renewed at one time. All right, here's some information on career services. The Career Services Office works very hard to make sure that students are landing jobs, internships, and co-ops. Roughly 70% of Miami students will do an internship before they graduate. We do draw roughly 4,700 organizations to Miami's campus every year. So we do several internship fairs throughout the semester. We also do a pre-med fair, we do a pre-law fair. We have a fair just for business students, just for engineering students. We also have a conference every April for our engineering students. So these engineering students can meet with potential employers all throughout the globe who are coming to this conference every April. Career Services also has a great database called Handshake, and students can use this free database to upload their resume, their cover letter, and they can perform a job search online. So they can narrow it down based on their major, they can narrow it down based on the location, whether it's paid or not, and the career advisor can help students use this great resource. The career advisors can also help them work on their resumes, their cover letters, and also help them practice their interviewing skills. So we understand that not every student has done an interview before, so this is a great way to get some practice. All right. The point is to obviously get a great education, but we want to make sure that students are graduating in pretty good time. We are number 21 in the nation for our graduation rates for public schools. So we're doing very well with getting students out in really good time. We also award AP credit for students who are scoring 3 and higher on all subjects. And then we also typically will award credit for students who are doing any dual enrollment courses or post-secondary courses while in high school. So we know in St. Louis, it's very popular for students to take classes through SLU or UMSL. And I'm going to go ahead and drop a message here in the chat. Actually, I can't find the chat. Oh, it's in the Q&A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it with you. It's transfer, T-R-A-N-S-F-E-R, credit, C-R-E-D-I-T, eval, E-V-A-L, at miamioh.edu. You can use this email account to reach out to Miami's registrar's office, and they will let you know whether or not the classes were transferred to Miami. So the median completion time is 3.7 years. Miami is doing a really great job of getting students out in really good time. Our acceptance rate into med school is 78%, and then law school is almost everyone, 95%. So the numbers really speak for themselves. All right, here's some information on the costs for attending Miami. Since of course you are all out-of-state students, you'll want to look here for the non-resident column. You'll see the tuition and general fee. Next is the average housing and meal plan. Of course, these rates are going to be higher for students who eat every meal on campus or would prefer to live on their own. So this is just based on the average student in a double occupancy room with an average meal plan. Okay. Note that this is also the current tuition and fees. So next year, it's probably going to be a little bit higher given the rising cost of education. However, when students ever come to Miami, we have this great initiative called the Miami's Tuition Promise. So whenever students come to Miami, they keep their same tuition and fees locked in up to 4 years. So it doesn't increase every year. Something else I want to mention is that the tuition fees room and board is also going to transfer over to our Luxembourg campus and then also to a lot of our study abroad programs. Okay. All right, next here is information on applying for admission. So this is specifically important for the seniors who are probably in the height of applying for admission or will be applying soon. The common application is the only way students can apply for admission to Miami. If you're not familiar with the common application, just know that it is a third-party company that runs the application for nearly 900 colleges. So instead of applying to Miami, this college, that college, that college, all separately, you can just fill out all the same basic demographic information, your academic information, and so forth, and then you can choose which colleges to send all that information to. So it's going to save you a lot of time in the admission process. Okay. At Miami, we have 3 different application types. The first being early decision. Early decision is a binding commitment. So if students apply to Miami under the early decision plan, they must confirm their enrollment by January 15th, okay? And the students will rescind their applications from other colleges. There are 2 benefits with applying early decision. First being students get to find out about a month sooner. And then we also do have a higher acceptance rate for these candidates, okay? So students who apply ED are more likely to be admitted to Miami, but just note that cost should not be a factor because you are throwing all your eggs into one basket and saying, I'm going to attend Miami if I'm accepted, okay? Next is early action. Early action is not binding. So you can keep all your options open. You know, you can wait to see if you're accepted. You can wait to see if you're accepted with other colleges. You can wait to see how much it's going to cost you to attend every college. So early action is the most popular route because students want to keep their options open. You apply by December 1st, you get a decision by January 15th. What we mean by that is we're going to try to read as many applications as we can before we head out to winter break. And then when we come back to winter break, we will return reading the rest of the applications. So it is possible that you will be notified of your admission decision prior to New Year's, but if you don't, it will be shortly after. You have until May 1st to make a decision. We hope that you choose Miami, but you are not required to do so. Regular decision is our 3rd and final round. I would not recommend applying regular decision. It's the same as early action. You know, it's not binding, but you just have to wait an extra 2 months to get a decision. So I'm really going to push you to do early decision or early action. Students who apply regular decision get lower scholarship awards, and they also typically are not admitted to business, the honors programs, or the nursing program. Okay. A big change at Miami this year is we are test optional for fall 2021. This means you do not have to submit an official ACT or SAT upon admission. It's really up to you. So if you find that you're not a great test taker, if you're not satisfied with your test score, you can just withhold that information. It's totally up to you. Or if you didn't have a chance to take the exam due to the pandemic, that's okay. You know, we created this initiative for you. If you decide that you want us to look at your test score, you're going to check the box on the common application and say, yes, I want you to consider my test score. And then the day after you complete admission, we're going to send you a confirmation email saying, thank you for applying for admission. You'll log in and you'll see a checklist of items that we need from you. And right there will be your self-reported test score. So you'll input your test score directly through our website. You do not have to order an official test score until you decide that you for sure are going to come to Miami. So if you want us to consider your test score, you can self-report it at the time of applying, but then we eventually do need the official exam sent from the testing agency, and that's going to be ordered online. Okay. Another big change is that we are no longer requiring official transcripts at the time of applying. Students can self-report all their classes and all their grades. So on that very same portal, you'll see another link for a system called Self-Reported Academic Record, or SRAR. So you'll click that link, it'll bump you to SRAR, and you will self-report all your coursework and all your grades. Okay. We will be recalculating grades this year, and that's what that system is going to do. This is our way of putting students on more of an even playing field, especially for students who are attending high schools that don't weight their grades. So if you are attending a high school that doesn't weight your grades, this recalculation is probably going to come into your favor because we will be applying weight to your honors and your AP courses, perhaps unlike your school does. All right. The application fee is $50. We also just require the one essay, a part of the common application. There's no additional essay beyond the common app essay. The only exception is for the honors programs. We also just need one letter of reference, and the letter of reference is going to come from a teacher or a counselor. There's no preference with which one. If you want to get multiple letters of reference, that's up to you. That's fine. And then the last component would be for the College of Creative Arts. Like I said, for the portfolio or the audition, that's something additional that we would need. Okay. Now I'm going to share with you the admitted student profile. So if you want to take a look to see the types of students that we admitted to Miami. So you'll see the number of applications that we received last year, just under 29,000. We admitted just over 23,000. So that gives our acceptance rate roughly around 80%. You'll see some information on more of the demographic profile here. And then also information on the average GPA, which is about a B+ A- average. The average ACT is a 26 to 31 super scored. And then the average SAT is 1220 to 1400 super scored. Just note that we do not factor in the writing section, okay? You can take a look here to see where our students are coming from. We actually get roughly 60% of our applications from outside Ohio. And then those students that enroll from out of state is about 40%. So 40% out-of-state students currently enrolled at Miami, which is quite high for a public school. I'm also going to share some averages here some averages for the honors programs. For some of you who are interested in that, the average for the honors college is 32.2 ACT, 4.31 GPA. I don't have information on Prodesse since it's new, but I do have information on presidential fellows. Presidential fellows, the average ACT is a 35. The average GPAs are 4.6, okay? All right, here's some information on the scholarships to Miami. Every admitted student is automatically considered for this. You don't have to apply for the scholarship grid. If you have at least a 3.5 or higher GPA, you will automatically be awarded a scholarship to Miami. You can sort of see the breakdown of the grid. So if you're somewhere between this range, you're going to be offered somewhere within this range of the merit scholarship. The biggest factor that comes into play with this range is going to be when you apply. So students who apply by December 1st are going to get the best consideration, not only for admission, but also for the scholarships. So that's why, again, I highly encourage you to apply by December 1st. And it's also going to have to do with where you go to high school, the classes that you take. So we're paying attention to the course rigor. And it's also going to have to do with diversity, athletic talent, and maybe your choice of your major and athletic ability. The timeline for this, if you were to be admitted to Miami, you're going to be notified of the scholarship roughly a week later. There's also information on need-based aid. Need-based aid requires a FAFSA. The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. The priority deadline is December 1st. The FAFSA is only going to determine the grants, the loans, and the federal work-study program. It's not really going to have that much impact on the merit scholarship. So in order to qualify for a merit scholarship, you do not have to have a FAFSA on file. However, we highly recommend students do file a FAFSA. That way they can be considered for all financial aid. All right, last but not least is information on visiting our beautiful campus. Like I said, we're approximately 6 hours east of St. Louis. We are really excited that today we welcomed our guests back to campus for the first time since March. If you are interested in booking a visit, you can do that directly here on our visit website. Just note that we do have some restrictions with our visits due to the pandemic. First being is that our official visits are limited to seniors and their 2 guests only. So unfortunately, we cannot give campus tours to juniors and below because we are trying to get as many seniors onto campus as we can. We're also going to have our tour outdoors only. So note that it will not go through any residence halls, the dining halls, classrooms, and so forth. So it's not the most ideal visit, but it's a start. So we're really excited to have our guests on campus. And the last thing I want to note is that the visits are available Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, every hour on the hour. The visitors will just pull up to the visitor center, they'll call a visit line, and then the tour guide will meet them outside and do about a 45-minute walking tour. So our usual walking tour is about an hour and a half, but we did have to shrink that because of social distancing measures, okay? If you would like to wait to visit us at a later time, we certainly understand that. You could always visit campus, and then if conditions improve, you can plan a visit maybe in the spring semester. We do have accepted student open houses in February, March, and April. We're not quite sure how those are going to look yet or if we're going to have them, but just keep that in mind that there might be opportunities at a later date to visit us. We also have a lot of virtual sessions set up. We do our virtual sessions Mondays and Fridays, but just note that that session is going to be pretty much the same as this. It's going to be the same content, but we do have divisional sessions, including one in the business school. And then we also have a lot of self-guided virtual walking tours, as well as a YouTube walking tour. Okay. All right. That's pretty much all that I wanted to cover in about half an hour. I am going to leave it open to some questions now. So like Mary said at the beginning, be sure to use the Q&A feature, and I'm going to pay attention to this and see if the questions pop in. Otherwise, if you'd like to get going, I certainly understand. Thank you so much for coming to learn more about Miami. Again, my name is Mitch. My direct phone number is 513-529-4891. Again, my phone number is 513-529-4891. And my email address is right here. You see at the bottom left-hand side. It's my first name, Mitch, M-I-T-C-H, period, Arnett, A-R-N-E-T-T, at miamioh.edu. Again, it's mitch.arnett@miamioh.edu. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to stick around here to see if questions come in.
All right, yeah. We'll just wait a few minutes. And also for our participants, if you have any extra questions, like I said, you know how to get a hold of Mitch. Thank you for all your information that you've passed on to us. And yeah.
Very good.
All right, I just need to share my screen one more time. If I can get it to go, sorry. All right, so yeah, so when you guys log off, you're gonna get a quick survey. It's only a 4-question survey that'll appear. It'll take just a few seconds. Definitely sign up for some more sessions and on the MOACAC website, and this recording will be available probably starting tomorrow. Oh, it does look like there might be one in your Q&A.
Yes, I see one here. So we do have a question here. It says, does Miami have an official or just club volleyball team? So the answer is both. We do have D1 volleyball for women. We do not have D1 volleyball for men though. But at the club level, we have both men and women. Okay. Another question is last four digits of my number, 4891. 4891. So my phone number is 513-529-4891. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Do you have a golf team for women? Yes, we do. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I need to check here. Pretty sure we have. I don't think we have D1 golf. Veronica, let me check here. Student population size, 17,000 undergraduate students and roughly 2,200 graduate students. Okay, so we do not have D1 women's golf. I'm pretty sure we do have women club. Oh, we actually don't. Sorry about that. So we do not have women's D1 or club golf. Okay. Yes, students live on campus the first 2 years. There are some exceptions with this. So if students are over 21 of age, if they're married, if they have children, if they're commuting from a legal parent or guardian's residence, and if they are in the military. But chances are most, if not all the students I'm meeting with today are going to be living on campus the first 2 years. And also another exception to that is any men who are in fraternities their sophomore year, they're able to live in the fraternity house for sophomore year. But the sororities still live on campus. We don't have sorority houses in Oxford. All right, any other questions? All right, keep them coming. All right, Mary, what do you think? I think that's it.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you for all your information. I've been taking notes myself for my own students, so I appreciate everything.
Yeah.
I thank you and have a great night.
Okay, bye everybody. Hope to see you someday.